Yeah, so what sucks the most about trauma is exhaustion, in my experience at least, and I know it can vary between person to person. I have many friends who also have like trauma related symptoms later in life, and it's all different for every one of them. Some of them have like recurrent panic attacks, some of them have like some really intense flashbacks and that sort of thing. But in my experience, at least, the worst thing about trauma is the exhaustion it causes on your life every day, and how it affects every single other aspect of your life. In my case, for example, I like if I don't really put an effort like to get out of bed every day, like I could pretty much spend all day, like every day, rotting in bed and not doing anything. And I just feel like chronically exhausted, like super tired most of the times. Even when I take my stimulant medication such as Vyvanse, which is like the European version of Adderall, it helps a little, but like it doesn't make me feel normal, you know. It just makes me a little bit more energized for some hours, but it doesn't last the whole day, and like it doesn't really help that much, you know. And the worst thing about like this symptom of trauma is like, I mean, just imagine being tired like all day and like not having the energy or the motivation to do anything. So like you usually can't get things started. You like neglect pretty basic stuff in life, such as, you know, your finances, your hygiene, like your, you know, relationships, pretty much. And then like it starts to spiral and like it turn into a freaking snowball that like gets worse and worse. And because like your finances start to deteriorate, because your environment starts to get not as tight, not as clean and tidied up as it could be. And since you also like neglect your relationships, like your friendships and even your romantic interests as well, like you start to feel every time like more and more alone. And then you start to lose like some of the perception of worthiness you have as a human being, because you already feel like shit because of the trauma, you know. Like you already feel like subhuman just because of the depression that is associated with trauma. And like when things start to spiral because like you don't have the energy to take care of your life, like you start to lose money, you start to get farther away from people. It's hard to ask for help. Like your own environment, like you look around you and there's like everything's messed up, everything's like it's like dirty. Maybe sometimes you have like a lot of accumulated trash and things like that. So everything kind of compounds like to the point that you don't even feel like a human being anymore. And it's really, really hard to drag yourself out of that place, you know. It's like it's a very dark place to be. It's kind of a place I am at the moment right now. I'm still trying to figure out how to get out of this place. Because logically, I understand that a lot of these feelings, they originate from trauma, and like I wouldn't say they're only feelings, because they are actually physical. Like even like the smallest amount of effort I put into anything, like just a small walk or like doing some little home chores, like the smallest amount of effort feels overwhelmingly tiresome. And after I'm done like with the even most trivial things, like taking the trash away, like I get so tired that I want to sleep for the whole day afterwards. And I mean, just imagine how much that sucks, you know. Like imagine, for example, how that affects your career and your finances. All right, so like if only that is already that tiresome, like imagine, you know, having a full-time job and getting your life back in track, you know. And even worse, like having to do all of that at the same time. You also have your other responsibilities, like taking care of your place, like taking care of your relationships and everything. It's really overwhelming. So that's the worst part of trauma for me, like and of course the associated depression and feeling of hopelessness and like life not having, not having color anymore, like everything being like dark and like in grayscale, like everything's gray, that there's no color anymore. Like it's a very hard place to get yourself to drag yourself from. It's not easy. It's especially harder because it's another chore, just getting out of this place is already a chore by its own. Like it's much more easier just to stay rotting in bed all day, and that's the worst part. I know a lot of people, when they think about trauma, they think about the symptoms that are more common, like in movies, such as the flashbacks or like the depressive state and everything and things like that. But for me, at least, the worst part about trauma is the exhaustion and the consequences that it brings to daily life. It's very, very hard to live like this. I think I showed you guys like in some of the other videos I posted, but I recently have been diagnosed with some mental health conditions. Like this is the whole psychologist report I have. It's like pretty chunky, as you can see, and some of the conditions I have are like post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, ADHD, burnout syndrome, along with other things. And yeah, that's the worst part for me. It isn't the aspect of coming back to trauma, like thinking about the past. It's not really that. Like the worst part for me is what it causes today, like how it affects my life today, like how harder it makes my life today, how hard it makes to work, how hard it makes to keep in touch with my friends, how hard it makes to keep my my love life active, like how to keep my place tidy, like how to function. Yeah, that's the word actually. The worst part about trauma, in my opinion, is like how hard it makes for you to be a functional human adult. And also it's like it, at least in my experience, it makes you think about going to a better place, if you understand what I mean, every day, because you don't really feel alive. You feel like you're just rotting in bed every day and like making life harder for other people, because like you usually require a lot of support during these moments, like both, in my case, both emotionally and also financially from other people, and then you start feeling like a burden to them, and then it really makes you think about ending it all the time, because the world would be a better place without you. Like if people wouldn't need to have the extra effort in their lives, like to support you. So this is the worst thing about trauma. It's not really the things that happened in the past, but it's like how it affects you today, in the present day, and like how it makes you feel like a broken person and someone that is beyond repair. I wanted to share my experience with you because I'm struggling a lot, and I'm trying really hard like to get out of this place. And if this video gets you somehow, I know my channel is pretty small, so I do believe in God, and I think that if this video has reached you somehow, there is a purpose to it. And if it did reach you for some reason and you are in a similar situation as I am, I know it's hard, but I deeply believe there is a way out of it. So stay strong, people. And yeah, if I can help anyhow, like even if it's like even if it's like to talk to someone, like if you need someone to talk to, you can find me in my you can leave some comments here in the comment section of the video, or just send me a message in my social media, and we can talk, we can share our experiences, and hopefully get out of this place, because for you, no one deserves to live like this. So yeah, that's what I wanted to get out of my chest today. Hope you guys are doing well, and yeah, see you in the next video. Peace out.